Trish, you've just been to a dry bar. What exactly is that?
Oh yes, Johnny. Last week I went to the Clean Vic. It's a low and no alcohol pop-up bar by Sainsbury's. It was a very impressive transformation. So Sainsbury's took over a pub by New Oxford Street and transformed it into a clean dry bar. I'm talking about replacing signages and posters with low and no alcohol content and menu, as well as it was a showcase of Sainsbury's impressive range of low and no alcohol products. I have with me the menu.
I see that. It looks a very impressive menu.
Yes.
And actually, my next question was going to be, did you try any of these mocktails?
I most certainly did. I was particularly drawn to the range of mocktails.
Mm-hmm.
So mocktails really had quite a bad press, just being kind of syrup, water.
Back in the 1980s, no one had anything good to say about mocktails.
No, absolutely not. But you'll be pleased to know that today's mocktail, or at least the ones that are promoted by Sainsbury's, feature non-alcoholic spirit, which gives it that complexity to mocktails that never existed before. So I tried the Tropicana. So that one contains lime juice and pineapple juice with Inca berry, as well as Solanio. So Solanio is that non-alcoholic spirit I was talking about. It really adds that kind of bitter taste to the mocktail.
How long did they take to create these mocktails? Was it like watching a mixologist create a cocktail?
It was. Watching the bartender shake and stir my cocktail and served it to me in a cocktail glass. It really gave me that sense of that social element. It really made me feel like I was having a drink in a pub environment.
And I'm really interested in this. Obviously, this is a great bit of branding for Sainsbury's, because we've seen that no low alcohol is a booming and growing sector in the retail. So I totally get why they're trying to do this. But I think it raises an interesting wider question of, are we going to see dry bars now becoming this thing and challenging and potentially even replacing the Great British Pub?
It's interesting you would ask that, Johnny. As you know, Mintel looks into the pub sector. We research into the consumer behavior towards pub visiting and pub catering, and our latest figures show that across the board, across all age groups, across all locations, we are predominantly an alcohol drinking nation. But it gets interesting when you look into the demographics of the age groups that are driving the trend of juice drinks, soda drinks, and low or no alcohol versions of alcoholic drinks like beer, wine, spirits. They are led by the millennials, the 20 to 39-year-olds.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've seen in my research, particularly the younger millennials actually. And I've also been doing some research recently into Generation Z, who are the next younger generation. They're just coming into legal drinking age now. Now they are like the millennials on steroids. So they are taking this trend of being more sober, and they are definitely pushing it further. So I think there definitely will be demand in this space. The question is, I guess, do they want to go into a bar where the only option they have is non-alcoholic?
I wouldn't go as far as to recommend that. I don't think a dry bar business model can necessarily scale up, across the UK. Perhaps it could exist as a standalone in a neighborhood or a location that supports that kind of ethos. But beyond that, I see it more as the value of giving the consumer the choice of not drinking alcohol.
I agree with you. I think the idea of a standalone dry bar is not what consumers want. And the analogy with the younger generation drinking less alcohol that I always use is a bit like the flexitarian trend we're seeing, where people dip in and out of gluten-free or vegan. But there are very few people who are hardcore vegan or hardcore gluten-free. People like to dip in and out of it, and it's because they want to lead these healthier, cleaner lifestyles.
So, in summary, bars need to evolve to include a wider range of sophisticated non-alcoholic drinks, but we don't see a scalable future for dry bars. Not all younger drinkers are teetotal, but more than older generations, younger drinkers like to opt in and out of alcohol, and when they opt out, they want compelling choices. Millennials have instigated the trend for low-no alcohol, but it's Gen Zs that will really accelerate sales in this trend. We focused here on the UK because it's an early adopter market for this trend, but this is a trend that we're really seeing developing globally. So if you're a Mintel client, please speak to your account manager about how we can help you to tap into this opportunity.